Hello and welcome. This is Drew Vision IT Consulting. Today we're doing another in our IT Quick Bites, IT Concepts in 5 minutes. Today we're going to talk about the request process, its role in IT service management, IT infrastructure library. What is a request? What does it do? How do you know when it's done? And how do you know when it's not? So with that, let's jump right in. Okay, so definition of a request, as you can see on the screen, is basically, it's anytime somebody is asking IT to perform a service, right? So many people call them SRs, service requests, or just requests. Um, Depending on your vernacular, you could call it any number of different things. But it's asking IT to do something, right? Potentially deploy a laptop, that's a request. Um, Reset my password or upgrade um, this particular patch, right? Things like that. Um, Sometimes people will include in requests things that I prefer to call projects, right? So let's say it's a minor enhancement. If I'm going to go from, let's just say 1.2x to 1.3x, it's not a major version upgrade, but it's pretty substantial work, right? And it's going to involve testing and change tickets and all other types of rigors that candidly shouldn't be done through the request process. They should be done, in my opinion, as part of your demand management funnel, right? In which case you qualify and validate specific IT projects. You make sure that they have the proper leadership, et cetera. We're going to go into that in more detail in a later episode. But that's what a request is not. It's right. It's not a big IT project. So let's get into what our actual request process looks like. Okay, so we are looking at our trusty swim lane diagram. And you'll notice at first glance, right, especially if you saw our incident process video, it looks darn near identical. And for all intents and purposes, it really is. So in case you didn't get to watch that particular video, I encourage you to go watch, right? Um, so let's see, let's just zoom this just a little bit. And you can see, right, here's our user. That's our person asking for something. That begins the process, right? They're going to create a ticket in ServiceNow, Salesforce Cases. Maybe they send an email, whatever tool you happen to be using. So they're going to create a ticket. And sometimes they know who's going to work on the ticket, right? So let's say I know that there's a Windows infrastructure team and I can just put in the ticket their particular resolver group, right? Then I would just put in that resolver group and assign a ticket to them. It's going to bypass the help desk and go straight to that particular queue. In other cases, most users don't know which team or group can handle a request. In which case, they'll create the ticket, and an AI bot will look at it, and either the AI bot will route it or send it to the help desk. Right? Help desk will either fulfill the request, and most cases, your help desk is the ideal team to be able to work on tickets, right? And most issues are going to be end user issues, reset my password, I lost my password, I'm locked out of the system, please reset my access, or hey, I need to upgrade a new laptop, or I have an issue with PowerPoint. All of those kinds of issues can be handled generally by your level one help desk, right? They're not going to take your more senior resources to be able to resolve those, right? So that's where you want them down here in this level one swim lane, right? And you'll see it says this time a little bit different than our incident process. Instead of fix, it says implement, right? Implement or route. What does that mean? So potentially, in this particular case, why would level one route the ticket to level two, three? Well, simply because they can't work on the requests. Now, level two, three. So if we see down here on the screen, right? Assess. They're going to read the ticket and make sure that, yes, they are the ones who can actually work on it. And then secondarily, they're going to make sure it's appropriate to work on it, right? So, for example, if I was to receive a request and it says, upgrade Business Suite on HANA to the next version. Wow. Okay. That's huge. That's a big project. And candidly, what they should do is if you see right here on the screen, end process, and it says enter funnel. So that would mean the ticket's now going to go over to the demand team to evaluate that and determine what the proper course going forward is, right? The service desk resources should not work on that ticket, but they have to assess that. And if it is something that they can do, they can schedule it and they can implement that particular fix or change. If it does qualify as something that requires a change ticket, then those help desk or those level 2, level 3 service desk resources will create a change ticket, schedule the change, get it approved, etc., implement it, right? At which point we go back up to our requester who's going to validate, yep, it works, everything's great, and then we end the process. And with that, that's it. That is the end of the request process. If you like this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.